Hello everyone and welcome, it's Shanna. Now by now you've probably already seen an unboxing of the Weekender kit, but I am going to unbox mine really quick here and then I'm going to show you my homework as it is completed at this point. So included in the Weekender pack you have got some cardstock and you've got 20 sheets of 8.5 by 5.5 and there's lots of great colors in there. You've also got the stamp set that is called Go Wild Sentiments. And there are coordinating dies that go with it. They're not in order here. But we've got a stencil. It's called Color Block Tropical Stems. You've got a packet of ephemera that has got a bunch of stuff in there, including, I'm going to pull these out, kind of these pop-up pieces that you can create some pop-ups with and some tags, I think. Is what is included in there. And so there's quite a bit of ephemera in that package. So we'll just get it stuffed all back in there. And then we have got some gems. These are the Color Essential Gems. It is a special edition. It's half white and half black. There is a 3D embossing folder that is included in there, and it is called Tropicana Texture. It is a two design embossing folder. So you've got a frame and then you've got kind of a, I don't know, almost like a leopard pattern or something in there with it, and that is included in there. And then you've got this beautiful pack of rub-ons. It's called Life's a Jungle. It's two-sided and you've got floral, a floral panel and then an animal panel of rub-ons. And that's included in there. And then for the kind of the bigger dies, we've got the Tiki Toucan, and this is a big die. There are 22 cutting dies with this, and I'm just pulling I've got all of the dies. They were bound together in a plastic bag there. So this is you can see how large this is. And then we've got the Rainforest Falls, and this one's huge. There are 26 cutting dies on it. I had to use 2 magnetic sheets to get everything to fit in my storage the way that I store them. So that's a really big set. And then you've got Huey Chameleon, and he has 9 cutting dies. Super, super cute. You have got the Bird of Paradise die set, and there are 8 cutting dies in that. And then we've got this really cool Jungle Cat. There are 11 cutting dies with this, and it is super fun. We're doing it in a lot of different colors. And then there is the Jungle Blooms die set, and there are 14 cutting dies in it. And then this is the coordinating dies for the stamp set that I showed you. And that is all of the materials that is included in this. Now, I will tell you, here's the stamp and the die set together. This is still available in the Spellbinders shop. Now, obviously, you cannot get it in time for the weekend because it's this weekend, but the sessions will be available much longer than that. Now, I'm just going to show you my homework. Now, I have got Kim's card material and everything ready here, and she actually opens up the series, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And so I've got all of her pieces here laid in this container and ready to go, so that I'm ready for at least the first few classes. So I've got that ready to go, and you can see the cat that we've got there, very cool. And then the next one is Yana's class, and I've actually she's got 2 cards, and I've got one set of materials up top and then the other set down here at the bottom for her 2 cards. And you can see we've got a pink cat for that one. And then next, I have got Sarah Liz's, and with hers, I actually thought, well, I'll get it ready and I'll put it inside the card base so that it is ready for that, and then keep it separate that way. I kind of shifted how I was doing things. And then her second card, she's got a bunch of ferns that are the background, and so I've die cut them out. And then for JC, he's got a couple of different cards, one with a waterfall and one with a bird of paradise, and I've got those all die cut out and laid here in this particular tray. I've got all of my project trays full, which has made it a little bit challenging to work with. Now here's Nicole's spores. I have not die cut hers out. Here is a bowl in which I just die cut a whole bunch of the greenery and the ferns because you're going to use a lot of it, and I was just taking a long time to get it die cut out, so I just die cut a whole bunch of those out, and now I'm just going to get to work on getting the homework done. I thought I'd just bring you along as I get all the pieces ready for Nicole Spore's 2 cards. And I'm using a brand new Scout. Daria had brought this to me when she came to visit. And this is the first time I've used it. I was opening it up, using the plates. It's always painful to run the first set of dies on brand new plates because they're only perfect for a minute. Anyway, but we're going to do a whole bunch of die cutting on this. I thought the Scout would be perfect because I could just have it right there on the desk and just move right along. So I'm using Raven cardstock for the Tiki Toucan, and we're going to get all these pieces die cut out. And just basically, I brought in another tray. This is actually a dish from my curio because I have all of my project trays full with just the various projects for the Weekender and upcoming club and upcoming releases from Spellbinders. I've got all of these projects sitting in my trays, and so now I'm having to use my dishes for stuff to lay things out. So I'm just following her instruction sheet that's there, and it tells you what colors you're supposed to be die cutting each element out. And some of them I'm doing incorrectly. You can see I'm using my swatches to find the right color because I've got that stack of cardstock that they sent with the kit, and so I'm using it to pull anything in that I need to pull in. I'm also using scraps and A2 panels that I already have because I am a Spellbinders cardstock user. I already have quite a bit of it anyway. I know that's one of the things that people kind of complained about was that you don't get enough cardstock for the whole project. But you can use any cardstock that you have. You don't have to use theirs specifically. You can see I was referencing the guide. There is a little booklet that shows you pictures of the cards that each person is doing so that you can reference those as you are doing your homework in advance of the Weekender. Now, I'll tell you, we did not get instructions for Jennifer McGuire, nor do we have pictures in this booklet of her cards. I don't know if it's that, they're keeping her things, I guess, secret or special to the event, and that you'll have to watch her to see what she's doing. I'm not sure if that's how it is. I didn't even read up on it, but I do know that we weren't provided with homework or pictures of the cards that evidently she's going to do. So anyway, I'm just using scraps. You can see I've got some anchor cardstock there that I've used for other projects, and I'm just using it for scraps. And I'm making the most of the cardstock that they gave us. In fact, trying to just pull my scraps out of my scrap bin of the particular colors so that I don't have to tap into the paper that they sent, because I can, cut those down into a couple A2 size panels and use those as well. But anyway, so I'm just continuing to just do all this die cutting, and I'm going to have all of my homework, I think, done when I get done with this video here, and then I will be ready for tomorrow night, Friday evening. And it starts in a different time zone than I'm in. So mine actually doesn't start until 9 p.m. on Friday night. So if I want to watch it as it rolls out live, I'm going to have to stay up late and just watch it, late. And then the next day, obviously, same time zone differences, so I'm going to be on a later schedule than what the release or the rollout of the videos are going to be. Anyway, so now I'm working on her second card, and I thought it might be best if I kept these die cut pieces separate from the other one, and so I'm just using a little bowl there, and I'm putting the pieces for, this is the Huey Chameleon die, and I am just getting all the pieces for it die cut out, and it's not a very large piece, so that small dish will work for that. And then her other instructions have you die cutting a whole bunch of the ferns and leaves and all that, which I have already, I showed you that other bowl that I had a bunch of that in. When I realized that you were going to have all of those pieces for most of the instructors, I just went wild and just die cut a whole bunch out that I could just reference. So here I've got everything ready. This is what I have remaining of the cardstock that they sent. And simply because I have the Spellbinders cardstock, so I really just didn't have to tap into it. But if you could use anything, if you use Michael's or whatever. I was using my swatches so that I could make sure I grabbed the right color. Now, I did pick up some things from Spellbinders that they listed that you might want to add. I got the glaze and glue, which I've been wanting to get that anyway. And then I got this watercolor mixing set that has pearl gold, pearl silver, and indigo. And then I got the white splatter, which I've been wanting to get that, and then this gold paint. And so those were the extra things that I did pick up. And so I am all set to go. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.